Hello everybody, welcome to the first day of school. I kind of made this video because my throat and my voice kind of gets lost on when I start talking about classroom expectations and stuff like that. So I want to make a video, mainly to kind of save my voice a little bit. I'll do the best job I can, kind of talking so much the first day kind of thing. So I'm going to try to go over this quick as we kind of start going through this. You might have a worksheet, you might not. That you're just going to kind of fill in the blanks as we go along with this. So you can kind of start off with that A plus that you might have in class. So as you kind of start seeing this stuff, I'll kind of zoom in a little bit more here. You can kind of start filling things in as you see that yours might be blank. So big thing right off the bat, respect is huge in this classroom. Both in terms of how I can give it to you, how you can give it to me, how you can give it to the classroom, and how you can kind of give it to each other. And that's just want to make sure everybody feels comfortable and safe in this classroom. If you are that kind of person that contradicts, those kind of things, we usually have a problem. And students that really screw around in class don't last that long in here. If you are serious about art and you want to have fun with it, you will have a great time. If you are here because you think this is going to be an easy A, or you think you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff because in the past you were able to, I don't put up with a lot of disrespectful behavior. Okay, and either you kind of figure that out really quickly, or you end up kind of dropping the class sometimes within the first couple of days and thinking that it's not worth it. And when those students leave, the class just kind of lightens up a little bit, and we just have a great time, And if you decide, art is one of my things, I really do want to try it, and I might have a history of screw around, but I'm going to give it 110%, in this classroom. You are absolutely welcome to be here, and I will help you as much as I possibly can, on getting you to where we want you to get to be successful, in this. Otherwise, I have this disciplinary system. Step one, I will try to redirect you back to what you should be doing. Because gosh, we all get distracted. I get distracted, and I might end up having a conversation with somebody about Minecraft, or maybe it's what I did this weekend, or something cool that I saw, and I might find myself talking about it, more than I should. And then, I get off task. So it's a simple things like, hey, I do want art to be social because it is a very social thing. But if it gets to a point where you're not actually working on your projects, I will come over and I might tap your desk. I might ask, how are you doing on your project? That is my way of trying to redirect you back to what you should be doing. Okay. And I might joke around with you too, and just to get you back on task. So it's very light, it's where we're all at, sometimes depending on, on how focused we can get, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, discipline step 2. You can kind of see how this gets darker red, as we kind of work with. Teacher will redirect you back to what you should be doing. Again, 5-10 minutes later, you are still off task. I can still kind of get that one a little bit, but you are in high school. You do have to have some level of control over your body, and in terms of your own actions. Okay, so that's where I might get a little more serious, and depending on the severity of it, I might even say, something to the effect of, this is your second warning, and I will be serious about it, so you know that I'm not joking. Okay, because I love to joke around in class, but if you push the envelope too far, I have a red line. Okay, and I just want to make sure that I'm very clear that if you cross the line, I will tell you, and that is your wake up call. You got to figure it out, in terms of what you're doing. Because in step number 3, of which I might do once a year, okay, where I will send you out in the hallway for 1 to 5 minutes. Okay, and that's not for your benefit. That's more for mine. Because at that point, I'm probably going to get upset. I'm probably going to be irritated, and I need a break to calm down a little bit sometimes, because you took something so far that I don't have students take. Okay, and it's not like a pat on your back. It's like, hey, you really irritated the teacher. No, it's not. It's not. You're not gonna like it. So I need a chance to cool down. once I'm ready, I will go out in the hallway, and then we will have a discussion. Okay, that's where step number 4 is at. After your time in the hallway, teacher will come and talk to you and find out if you are ready to listen and if you're ready to come back into class. If you're ready, you're allowed back in, no consequences. Okay. I will have you basically kind of initiate the conversation, out in the hallway. And we just kind of go from there. Okay. Because sometimes it might be a simple misunderstanding, and if it's my fault, I will absolutely apologize. I've apologized many times to students because I misinterpreted something, because I am not perfect. Okay. And this gives you a chance to kind of give your side of the story. Okay. If I did screw up, I will say it. Okay. And we just kind of go from there. If you're not ready yet, because you might be irritated, then just stay out in the hallway. Okay. And you can, as long as you don't take off on me, again, there's not really a consequence to that at all. Okay. So that's fine. Step number 5. If you decide to come back in the hallway, if you come back in the classroom, or you end up just taking off on me without my permission, that's when I'll write a referral. That's when I'll kick you out of class, kind of thing. And if it's early on in the quarter, you need to rethink your desire to be in this classroom. Okay. Number 2, grades are based on total points, regardless of how many points you get that quarter. All the points will be added together and averaged for your final grade. For example, if you get 200 points first quarter and 800 points second quarter, your semester grade will be based on 1,000 points. It's not half first quarter and half second quarter and averaging those out. Okay, to me, that's not a very fair grading policy, especially if you have a lot more you do one quarter and a lot less than you do the other one. Okay, so mine are always total points, so it doesn't matter where I put those points at. Okay, it's all based on total points. So number 3, if you're not happy about your grade, you can always talk to me about it. Art is not one of those things where 2 + 2 is always 4. I might have missed something, in terms of interpreting your artwork. So if you feel you spent a lot of time on this, and I gave you a C on it, and you feel like you deserve an A, I might not give you an A, but I'd probably, after hearing your reasoning, I could definitely meet you in a B, kind of thing. But I need to hear you defend yourself a little bit, and I need you to do it respectfully, because that's definitely a life skill, that we all kind of need to work on, a little bit in terms of how to relate. If you're upset about something, how to talk to somebody that you're upset with, your teacher, and kind of give a good reason, on that. So you can always give that. Otherwise, you can redo parts of the assignment. A lot of times you'll get a worksheet back. You might have missed something, like you might have forgot to grade it yourself. You can put down regrade on the top of the worksheet, fix your problem, turn that back in, and I can give you those points back. Okay. Number 4, late work. Late work will be taken up to a week without penalty, which I call your grace period. If you need it, if you need extra time on it, take it. Take the weekend to work on it, because maybe you were sick or you had a lot of homework or something like that. So don't let this is one class. You have a little bit of flexibility in your grade on your turning something in without penalty. Okay. However, if I sit down Friday and I don't have it in, it will be a temporary 0. Okay. This mainly is a reminder to you, is like, hey, you still got to turn the assignment in. But when I sit down and I grade next time, usually I grade on Fridays, I will take that 0 off and I give you full points. As long as it's within that grace period, which is that 7 days. After that grace period, you lose 10% each week that's late. Okay, so 1 week, your maximum score would be a 90. Then 2 weeks late, the maximum score would be an 80, 370, 460. I max out at 60. My goal, I have 2 goals. One is that you get an A- or better in this class, and I'll explain why later. The other one is I just want you to pass. Okay, I want you to graduate. I want you to move on with your life. School might not be your thing. You just want to go and work at Walmart or get a job at a factory or something like that. And that's great. Okay, that you want to kind of make a living and just move on with your life and forget about schooling. Okay, but you got to get your degree. Okay, so if you get a D- in art, that's fine. Okay, but I want you to at least pass the class. Okay, number 5, your phone. Your phone must be placed in our phone caddy. We did this last year, or depending on when you watch the video, maybe a few years ago. And it made a world of a difference in a lot of students' our work because they weren't distracted by their phone nearly as much. Not everybody, and I get that. Okay, but it was enough. It was way more than enough that even changed my perception on it, kind of thing. So as a year one student, I'm still enforcing this policy, even if it's not a school policy. As a year two, three, or four student, if you get an A minus or better in this class, I won't impose the phone policy on them because they've hopefully shown, that they can manage their phone and their schoolwork or their work at the same time because not everybody can. Okay, so when you come in, everybody's going to have a number assigned where you're sitting. That number corresponds with your toolbox as well as where your phone sits in that caddy. Okay, if you do not have your phone, you can put down no phone in that slot. Okay, now I don't want you to lie to me about it. Okay, which means that if you have it in your book bag, and you know that it's off, you're not going to bring it out, you can still put no phone back there if you want to. But if it goes off, or if you all of a sudden reach down in there because you want to change a song because it got caught, or something like that, it does not count. Okay, you will get a detention if you have your phone out because you've lied to me because you said you had no phone, and all of a sudden you have it out. If something screwed up on your phone and you were, Bluetoothing, songs in, you're welcome to go to your caddy real quick, change it real fast, and that's fine because your phone's over there. Not right next to you, and you're not tempted to send out a quick text to somebody or whatever. So is it a pain in the neck? Yeah, and I'm sorry, I really am. But we've gotten to a point where some people, unfortunately, can't handle it, and even seeing other people having it, they have such a compulsion that they need to pull it out. So it's one of those rules that all of a sudden kind of affects everybody, kind of thing. And I wish there was a better way. And I've tried a lot without overcomplicating things. That this is the simplest way, for us to for me, to kind of deal with it. So I don't have to focus on it, so much, and people can actually focus on their stuff, and do a good job with it. So make sure it's up there. If you end up getting attention for me, you end up basically TAing for me, before school, after school, or during a lunch if absolutely necessary. But let's just hope we don't have to go there. Okay, number 6. If a substitute teacher writes down your name for not working or being disrespectful, you will have a major referral written up. If you offer a sincere apology to the sub, and I'm able to confirm it, within a week, I will only keep the referral on my desk, and I will not actually turn it in, and it won't be a consequence because you fixed it. Okay, maybe you had a really crappy day, and unfortunately you took it out on somebody, because they were asking what are you doing, kind of thing. And again, I get it, but you got to fix it. And if you say, well, I don't know how to contact them, I will find a way for you to email them or something, and we can get it if you actually are sincere about it. And if the sub says, yeah, they meant it, they even did it face-to-face, which is, real crazy and important on my scale, as you actually confront somebody face-to-face instead of over a text or an email, on something, and then you have the courage to do it. Again, there won't be a consequence because you took care of it. Okay, step number 7. You can listen to music on your Chromebook. Movies, you cannot, or TV shows or videos or anything like that. If you can plug in your headphones, or if you can Bluetooth them in somehow and close your computer, or you just keep it open just enough, or you can keep it off to the side, so you're not messing with it, that's fine. I said before, you can't watch videos on there. And I said before, is like, if you do it from your phone in the back, and you need to go change something because something got screwy, go change it. Just make it quick. You don't even have to ask me, and just do it. There are some things that, are some red lines for people though. I don't really want you failing in class and listening to music because people say, well, it helps me concentrate. Clearly, if you're failing class, it is not helping you concentrate. Okay. That you do not have any missing assignments. That's a little flexible, kind of thing. You have a set of working earplugs. You just can't stream it so everybody can hear it, and then I can't hear it. And it's not causing distraction to you. or the students around you. Okay, so that's something to kind of consider. If you do not meet these requirements and you're still doing it, Mr. Butcher might end up holding that device of yours until the end of the day. If you complain about that, maybe I'll give it to the office and they will have it until the end of the day. Okay. You can sign out, number 8, you can sign out to the bathroom or locker only if only one student goes to the hallway at a time, because there's one pass, one time. Be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay. Don't abuse this privilege. It's just once a week. It's when you need to use it. So I don't want you using this time as your bathroom time. Okay. You're given time between classes to kind of be able to go to the bathroom quickly and to get here. If there's a medical thing, you go through the office, go through the channels. We get an email saying this person can go to the bathroom every single class period if they want to, because the doctor signed off on it. But I need that from the office. Okay. So sign out. You don't have to ask me. I really don't want you asking me. There's on the back room, there's a sign out binder that you just sign yourself out. Take the pass with you, you bring it back. Again, if the pass is not there, you got to wait till that person comes back. Okay. Number 9, extra credit. You can upload one piece of artwork that is not on Artsonia currently for 1 point extra credit, maxing out at 10 per quarter, 20 per semester. So dig through your closets, look under your bed, look at your parents' nightstand. Maybe they have an old bowl you made when you were in kindergarten sitting there still, kind of thing. Take a decent picture of it, put it up on your statement. Write down what you remember, because that's what's really cool about when you start really get into Artsonia is you write down things that you later on in life will forget, and it will remind you, oh, I remember doing that now. I remember making that for my Uncle Bill, kind of thing. And you just come right up these cool stories, as you kind of work on it. I do have a newer one as well that we're testing out. If you decide to enter an approved art contest, talk to me about it. If you're interested in that, you will get 10 points automatically once you complete and turn in the project, as long as you meet the deadline and you've met all the requirements on that. So this is something brand new because there's a couple art contests that we really want to make sure we get a lot of people entering. So if you are gifted in art or you just enjoy making it and you want to hit that 10 point of credit right off the bat, do that, kind of thing. And I think you would really like it. You could even win money with it. You could win notoriety. You can put on your resume. There's so many different things you could do with it on there, but talk to me if you're interested. Number 10, advanced art classes are offered for every art class. If you get an A- or better in an art class, like the one that you're in right now, Drawing 1, Art Drawing 1, blah, 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 you can take it again with a different set of projects with an addition of a choice project and a competition project each quarter. So in short, with the advanced art class, if you like sculpture, you got to get an A- or better in this class, or in that class to take sculpture 2. In order to get into sculpture 3, you got to get an A- or better in sculpture 2. In order to get in sculpture 4, you got to get an A- or better in sculpture 3. Okay, and sculpture 4 will be our last one. Okay, and you might think, well, why would I even want to do that? Because you might be in a position where you have to decide, do I take human biology, or chemistry or something like that, or that's only 2 choices I have. It's just chemistry or drawing 2, and you got a B+ in drawing 1. You are not getting into drawing 2. Okay, you have to get that A-. So I really push you to get that A-. Push yourself to do well, so you have those options, and that's kind of what it's about. Food and drinking class, I'm okay with somebody having a snack, where they might have their bag up and they're grabbing some Cheetos or whatever on that. What I have an issue with is when first hour kids come in they spread their whole breakfast out, because they woke up at 8 o'clock, got here by 8:02, and ran down. I don't know how you can do that, but they do it. And then they want to spend, the first 5-10 minutes of class eating, or, maybe it's during third hour and they're just hungry, and somehow, they got a McDonald's meal delivered to them, during third hour, and they lay everything out in front of themselves. So you got to kind of shake your head, and I kind of get it and I kind of don't, it's also kind of disrespectful to me if you lay out all this food, and you have three other people that are teenagers who are always hungry, like you are, and you're eating right in front of them, kind of thing. It's like, and I understand you might share a fry, but it's not like they're having, a burger, right as well, kind of thing. So I get the snacks, but not a meal, not your breakfast. If you missed it, I'll probably have you sit in the hallway and eat, you know, and it won't be like an everyday thing. It'll be as like, oh crap, something happened, but it's just something to think about, and water is the preferred drink in class, and we do our best to kind of stay with that. So sorry that was long. It always is. But these are kind of the basics, with everything. If you have any questions, like anything else, just kind of let me know. Otherwise, good luck. I hope you're excited for the class and on the next thing. Thanks.